So let's start getting ready. But what are we going to talk about, Dan, today?
Right.
Well, let's be more diplomatic. Arguments?
Oh.
Disagreements?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, people might think that Dan and I are always lovey-dovey with each other.
We are.
No, we're not. We're humans who have different views and life experiences, and we often don't see things exactly the same way with some topics, as well as we offend each other and we get angry at each other and we say things that we regret. There's a whole bunch of stuff, but this is actually a big part of being married. Where'd you go, Dan? There you are. What do you think triggers most of our arguments?
I feel that we have misunderstanding or anxiety about future events.
Yeah. What's your typical reaction when you're in a disagreement?
I shut down and I wanna think about it, but you are like, that's it.
Don't do the mocky voice. Not a good tactic on a video to the public. Oh, Lord. Okay, what do I say?
Let's talk it out, but at time it takes me a few minutes, a few hours to process it.
And I think another thing that's typical for you, Dan, is Dan responds with a lot of anger. A lot of you out there think that Dan is happy-go-lucky, easygoing, goes with the flow, but he doesn't always. And my reaction when I'm angry or in a disagreement is I just don't want to talk much. I will want to find out what the reason is. If Dan's the one that's initially mad, I'm certainly not lovey-dovey, and I get very, very quiet.
That's not like me. I am very lovey.
No, not in the heat of the moment.
And I wanna move it best.
Yeah, once you process it, then he wants to go right back to where we left off with lovey-dovey's. Oh, like, oh, you're my love of my life. It's just extravagant lovey-dovey's, and I'm certainly not ready for that if I'm still mad or frustrated. There are a lot of themes here that any married couple or partners in a romantic relationship could relate to. But I think that there are some factors that are unique to our type of relationship where both of us have disabilities that are really quite different and have their own unique challenges and frustrations that go along with them. And so mine have to do with relying on others for things that I wish that I could do on my own. I'll admit it freely. I wish I could do those things on my own. And then I think for you, a lot of your frustration has to do with the challenges that you have with like literal speech communication and being understood and feeling as though people value and respect what you're saying. Am I accurately explaining that there? And I think that any indication that we are touching upon these challenges with our comments, or even with the way we react to other people's comments, can trigger us. Lots of people now use that term. I was triggered by what you said. We can be triggered too. Everyone has their unique triggers. And so I think when both people have a disability, there is this added layer to an argument. And I think a lot of sources, or a lot of our arguments, are sourced from that place where, if you wanted to get psychological, maybe we have unresolved traumas or issues. No, you're good, Dan. You figured it all out?
Yeah.
Right.
I do.
It can get really scary because for me, if I feel as though my emotional safety net has been breached and I don't feel, it's difficult for me to come around and like feel safe to be myself again, even. Oh my God. And so I think that for you, Dan, it takes you a while to even understand that. Like, why am I taking so long? And why am I, still giving you a quasi-silent treatment? But I think that that's the case, or it can be the case for many of a relationship like ours, and not even one that has the complexities of the disability experience. We've been married how many years? Oh my God. Really?
5.
Yep.
6.
5.5, maybe 5.
And 5 months.
How long have we known each other, Dan?
10 years.
Yeah, I can't believe it.
Month.
Yeah. So 10 years. I mean, that's a really long time. And I feel like I really know Dan. And I've made a point to know Dan to a very deep level. Do you feel like you know me, Dan?
I do.
I think so too.
I get psycho and others, yeah, but I don't know you deeply.
You do.
Yay!
It's personal, guys. That's another thing. I mean, we're not going to tell you the innermost specifics of our arguments, but just know that the arguments aren't particularly much different from the average married couple, but there is this level of complexity because we have a shared experience of some sort, of like the same theme.
Mm-hmm.
There are other benefits to that as well, which I think we've demonstrated indirectly, but in other videos. When we do argue, one thing, or even when we're not arguing, one thing that really helps me in falling deeper into love with Dan is that I recognize, or I see sometimes the young boy that he once was, and I see some of that playful spirit come through. What? When he's particularly frustrating, I recall that link to his previous self, and it helps me be a little bit more patient and understanding of why he's upset, and remind myself why I love him so.
Yay!
Oh my gosh. And I think that if more people saw the multiple facets of a person, you know, whether that be recalling what their childhood may have been like. I mean, we're not the person. We're never going to fully know one's experience. But to remember that, I think is very, very helpful in trying to understand another person. Wherever you are in the world, we hope that you are able to develop a safe and loving. It's not safe. It's more like. Help me out here, damn, my brain's falling asleep.
And loving and environment.
A relationship? Okay. Until next time.
Change.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Stay in.